So I'm a single parent and I'm a mother of two. My eldest son is 14 years old, turning 15 this June, and I have a youngest daughter, which is almost like my twin. She looks like exactly me, and she's 13 years old. Ever since I was little, I really want to become a healthcare provider. So initially, I want to become a doctor, but my parents cannot afford to send me to school. So I told them, okay, I can become a nurse, and I applied for a scholarship in Angeles City, Pampanga, and luckily I got accepted. So with that, and with the help of my brother who's working in Dubai before, I was able to become a nurse. So since I became a nurse, I think this has already been my passion. I really love taking care of elderly people. I loved hearing their stories, and at the same time, I loved looking after their needs. I initially worked as a clinical instructor in Angeles City right after I graduated. And then my parents told me, try to go abroad. Maybe you'll get a better job or you'll be more lucky in abroad. So I tried in Abu Dhabi, where I work as a private nurse with one of the local family in Dubai. And then finally, when I decided to pursue my dream in US, I decided to apply in a hospital, and luckily I got accepted in Cleveland Clinic, Abu Dhabi. I want to become a very good daughter. I want to provide everything to my parents, especially when my father died. So I want to provide everything to my mother and bring her here in America. Even just for her to visit, have a tour in America. And then secondly, since I'm a single parent, I don't want to keep on working and provide the needs of my children away from them. So I really love, my passion is being a nurse, and I really love to work as a nurse while at the same time be with my kids. And I think the only thing that I can do that is for me to be here in America and bring my kids with me. So I really want to be a nurse at the same time as a mother, because I've missed their childhood, and I don't want to miss anymore. Having American dream in your mind, it's really like overwhelming. You don't know what to do, who to ask, what procedures you need to do. So what I know is I will just pass this exam, but after the exam, what are you going to do? Who will guide you with this journey? And every step of the way, every exams, every seminars, every licenses, every reminders was all set up and given by Avant. So I cannot be more blessed than saying thank you to Avant, actually. So, well, I think there are a lot of agencies in there. A lot of agencies will actually lure you with a lot of promises. So what I can advise to my fellow nurses is that you have to make a lot of researches. You have the social media, and on top of that, you have to ask other people who actually enrolled or applied for a specific agency. Ask for their advices if this agency is really good. Take all the advices, take all the positive and the negative, and then decide for yourself. What are you looking for with an agency? Are you looking for about the contract hours? Are you looking about the number of years, the benefits? But on top of that, you have to look for an agency who's accredited actually, and not just by merely hearsays or by just merely promises and just assigning bonus. And another thing, because Filipino nurses sometimes having this American dream is very expensive. You have to save a lot of money. And Avant paid almost everything to my application, starting from taking the exams up until even sending papers. They even gave me the labels, so I don't need to mind sending the papers and then paying for the airway bills. So they gave me everything, and they've been very patient with all my questions, and they never gave up. Well, having the American dream is not like a one-click shot. It is actually years and years and years of investment, and Avant never gave up on me. When I got accepted with Avant, I was very delighted. When they said, okay, you're accepted to this program, I was really dancing. And then I needed to call my family and my children. And I told them, hey, I'm starting my American journey, and I've applied to Avant. And they said, well, how do you know that Avant is really a good agency? Because they're really concerned about that. And I said, all of my batchmates back when I was college, they all started with Avant and finished their contract, and they're saying a lot of good things. And on top of that, I searched Avant in Facebook. I followed the page, and I kept on reading good news about Avant. And they said, okay, all settled, all set. And with the guidance of Avant, I was taking one step at a time towards my American journey. And when they said, you had this interview date, you're all set up for your American dream, my brother was dancing and hugged me very tight because we were living in the same flat, and then my mother was even crying. Well, my favorite part of the program is actually the driving lessons, because on top of having the cultural transition, clinical transition, and the driving lessons, well, as a nurse, we already have the background about being a nurse, about the clinical setup here in America, because we actually prepared ourselves for that. But as a Filipino who doesn't have any driving skills, like literally zero driving skills, I haven't touched any steering wheel. And when I came here, Avant provided me with the driving lessons. They scheduled me with everything. All I need to do is shoot up with my driving lessons, hold the steering wheel, and then even the licenses. So I think the driving lessons, it's actually my best, my favorite part, because of that, I was able to confidently drive a car and finally having that driver's license. After doing the transitional program, the cultural program, and having my driver's license, I think I am more confident now to live here in America, start my journey as a nurse, and now I am just looking forward to contribute to the community as being a nurse in Rockford, Illinois. And I am excited because, of course, when you go to Rockford, Illinois, or to your facility, there is this another anxiety. But Avant is really good. They even gave me a transitionist sports specialist, so I don't need to stress about what am I going to do in Rockford, Illinois. So I'm just embracing my future, embracing what the future holds for me, embracing what America holds for me and my family, and I would like to start this journey with Avant.